What's going on, good people? WSSU Ram Nation. Look, guys, this is impromptu. It's gonna be quick, but obviously we had a lot of big Ram news dropping today, and so I am definitely gonna review that really quickly because I am getting ready for the upcoming episode of Queens on the Yard, our podcast hosted by Sheena, WSSU alumna herself. So you definitely want to make sure you tune into that on HBCU Game Day. But yeah, this is WSSU Ram Nation, and it's a big Ram day, right? Just had it live yesterday and talked to you guys about the things that are going on. Basketball team doing well for the women's side. The men, they're getting it together. But also talked about the upcoming Board of Trustees meeting, as well as the potential hire of a football coach. So, as you guys see behind me, this is the I'm watching a little film. We'll see what's going to happen. Shout out to Tevin Brantley, a Ram legend in his own right, tuning in. But yesterday we talked about the hire in general. And today, Football Scoop reported that Tory Woodbury would be the next head football coach at Winston-Salem State University. It wasn't Stephen J. Gaither. It was Football Scoop. So they are reporting that, and I have not heard anything to counteract that. So according to their report last night or yesterday, the team was informed that Tory Woodbury would be the next head football coach. Of course, that's not official until the Board of Trustees meeting, which is tomorrow, as I talked about previously on last night's episode. That has to happen before it's official. So, all the reports are that he's expected to become the next head football coach. It's again, nothing is official, but that's the word that everybody's getting. So, obviously, as we've been talking about for months now, this is a huge hire for WSSU. We're coming off of an era where, Robert Massey and as under his leadership since 2019, only one winning record. Previous coach Keenis Boulware did win 2 CIAA championships, but that's the expectation around here is that we win CIAA championships. WSSU has 12. And all of them have come in the last 50 years. But if you break that down, all of them have come in they came in the 40 years between 1977 and 2016. Because that was the last time we won a CIAA championship. That was the last time we sat atop the CIAA throne. I know it doesn't seem like that because every time somebody beats the Rams, they still act like it's the Super Bowl. We get it. We understand it. But, if he is the hire, then I think, I know that he checks all the boxes. He's been a favorite of mine for a while to be the head coach. When you look at the landscape of college football right now, specifically at HBCUs, there's a couple of kind of coaches that are having success. You have former NFL guys. He's a former NFL guy. He played in the NFL. He's also coached and been a scout in the NFL. So obviously that's huge. There are also guys, a lot of them like T.C. Taylor over at Jackson State, Trey Oliver over with those guys, North Carolina Central. A lot of those, and even in the CIAA, Dr. Alvin Parker, the head coach over at Virginia Union, he's an alumnus as well as the head coach over at Johnson C. Smith. He's an alumnus as well. And so, or there are guys that have name cachet locally where they are. Again, that's another box that Tory Woodbury checks. I mean, he's literally, not only is he WSSU, he literally is from Winston. He's from East Winston. So, obviously, we want to get back to winning, and there's a lot of optimism for that. But we also want to get back to getting some better crowds at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's always going to be a challenge to make Bowman Gray Stadium feel like that intimidating atmosphere because it is so big for a Division II program, and our school only, if you put all of our students in, they'd only fill in a couple of rows of those seats. So, we need someone who, and the chancellor talked about this, we need somebody who not only engages the WSSU student body, who not only engages the WSSU alumni body, but will also engage the Winston-Salem crowd as well. And so I don't know if it can't be Tory Woodbury, who would it be? Again, he's from here, right? And he's also, while he was in the NFL and since he's been there, he's worked, he's given back. And so that is, I think that this he checks all the boxes. He has not been a head coach before, but if you look at our history, none of our great head coaches had been head coaches before. So that doesn't bother me. He has had really winning units in his special teams units, and and he's organized. He knows the business. And I'll be honest, I've been pulling for this the entire way. There's a lot of great candidates just in general. There's a lot of WSSU alumni who are doing some great things in the sport of football. But right now, coming off the era that we're coming off of, we need somebody that we can believe in. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody that will inspire the students to come, the alumni to come, and also the community as well. There's a big opportunity ahead of WSSU right now. If Tory Woodbury is the hire, and if that is announced tomorrow, we got a big opportunity. We are a Division II school, but we cannot think like a Division II school. We have to think like we're a Division I school. And what does a Division I school do, consistently that smaller schools, Division II schools don't do? They consistently fundraise properly. They get out early with their season tickets. So we also do officially have, I will talk about Coach Graves in just a second. We do officially have the homecoming date. Our homecoming date is November 7th. Some of you guys might not like a November homecoming. November is my birthday. Shout out to all Scorpio season. November 2nd, if you didn't know. So I like a November homecoming. We had November 9th a couple years ago as well. And, people are always worried about the weather, but it's North Carolina. Now, it could be cold. It could be nasty. I've been to some that are at Central and A&T, but it also can be pretty damn nice. So there is a lot. So we know where the homecoming date is. From my understanding, we also know our two non-CIAA games, Albany State, and I believe there was a home and home with Mars Hill. So hopefully it will be great when you introduce the new head coach, whoever it is. You're ram straight. It could definitely be 75 degrees. It could be 75 degrees. But anyway, whenever the new coach is introduced, it will be great to be able to pre-purchase season tickets. Because again, especially if it is Tory Woodbury, then it's going to be, I can tell you just from going on the HBCU game day fan page that there is going on our page that there's a lot of excitement, not only with WSSU alumni and people from the city, but also just people around the HBCU space. And I'm guessing there's going to be some in the NFL too. Woodbury's had a chance to play in the NFL and coach and be a scout in the NFL. So he's made connections there. And so, we'll see. Again, it's going to be very important for fundraising and tickets to really capitalize off this. That's one thing that we haven't been able to do really in quite a while, is capitalize off our momentum. But let's be honest, it's been tough to get momentum over the last couple of years with the way that our football program has performed. Our last two head coaches, if I'm being honest, they were more reserved in their personality. And seeing them in the community, maybe you didn't see them in the community as much as you would like. And Tory Woodbury, obviously, that's going to be a big part of his job. It's going to be coaching, of course, but he's going to have a staff for that. I know that a couple of weeks ago when we had the meeting with Chancellor Brown, it was discovered, because there's a lot of rumors that go around about how many scholarships people are working with. Last year we had 32, and so I think it's going to be another $200,000 to get to 36, and 36 is the max. 36 is what a lot of these schools that we've been losing to have. So it's great that everybody's going to be happy for Tory if he's the coach. And it's great that everybody's going to be excited about it, but we need folks to we need the university to be proactive in getting this story out there, keeping the head coach out in front of us. We far too often out of sight, out of mind. I'm hearing that people that buy season tickets aren't getting emailed about buying more season tickets. We have to step into the 21st century. We have a coach that I believe that if it is Tory Woodbury, he could lead us into the 21st century in a lot of different ways. We got to be more present on social media. So there's a lot of things that need to be done. In addition to, obviously, the main work is going to be getting those wins. And I love, last night I got a chance to read what Chancellor Brown told John Dell at the Winston-Salem Journal about this job. And she talked a lot about restoring pride. And I think that is absolutely correct. Again, from 1977 through 2016, WSSU won 12 CIAA championships. I think we won maybe 19 Southern divisions. Obviously, my guy Brantley in here and his guys, they did their thing under Maynard. But beyond Maynard, you go back to Kermit Blunt when he had his guys rolling. And obviously, Kermit Blunt was Tory Woodbury's head coach. So there's that connection. You go back before that, and you've got Pete Richardson, who won 3 CIAA championships in 5 years before he went over to Southern, where everybody remembers him from. And then, of course, you've got the godfather of WSSU football, which is Bill Hayes. And so all of those guys won championships. We have a successful program. Again, I said it last night. I'm going to say it again today. We have the best brand in the CIAA, bar none. We got the best fans. Everybody knows us. Everybody wants to beat us or be with us. So it's time that we embrace that. It's time that we start leading from the front in terms of our branding. And really, again, what you heard from Chancellor Brown in those 5 questions was someone who says that, this is a vital part of the university. Obviously, again, the potential hire of Tory Woodbury is going to have to go through the Board of Trustees tomorrow. A very important Board of Trustees meeting. I talked about that last night. Guys, go back and watch that as well. Shout out to them for actually putting them up early. So you'll be able to watch. You'll be able to participate in them. You can actually go through and read the documents. There's some very important stuff that's going on. In the alumni chat, some very good information was raised up. I talked last night about how the Ram Shack could come back if the Board of Trustees approves that money. They talked about the Mackenzie Scott, that there is also a controversial push to in terms of student fees to increase the student fees, not for the North Carolina students, but for the out-of-state students. And I think it's $200+, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in these days, every bit of money counts. And so if you understand, we actually have a cap, I believe, of 18% on out-of-state enrollment. And we're currently, I believe, the number I was given was 8%. So we're not even there all the way yet. And I think it's very important. Obviously, you want to take care of in-state students, but you also want to continue to push the WSSU brand outside of there. We put a lot of money into Baltimore, Maryland during the CIAA. We also have alumni associations in Richmond. who are looking to push over in Virginia, not only in the Richmond area, but the Tidewater area as well. So there is the out-of-state component of our school is not huge, but it is important. So, it's going to be interesting. I would advise everybody to go to search. If you just search WSSU Board of Trustees and you look for the meetings, you'll see that, and you'll see the documents as well. I encourage everybody to do that. Obviously, I'll be tuned in and plugged in tomorrow because of because it's the Board of Trustees meeting. But very important. So shout out to my guy Alonzo. Appreciate you, brother, as always. Guys, make sure you hit that like button wherever you are, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube. Definitely appreciate you. Again, I can't be before you guys long because I do have to produce the Queens of the Yard show with Sheena over on HBCU Game Day. But today was a big news day. So again, homecoming is November 7th. So if you live out of town, you might want to get your RAM room. Get your stuff together. It's Winston. It ain't gonna last forever. Luckily, I live in the city, so I can go home and sleep in my bed. But everybody can't do that. Everybody is not going to do that. So go ahead and get your rooms ready now. But like I said, this is a super exciting time for WSSU. Again, this is something that we've all seen coming as far as the change of the guard and the coaching in the football program. I said from the beginning of the year that this was going to be a transformational year for WSSU athletics, and it has been. Obviously, we saw the transition in women's basketball from Coach Latanya Lamont to head coach, Tierra Terry, and the women are rolling. They're 5-1, 5 wins in a row, have not lost to a D2 school. So shout out to them. And also part of that was going to be, what was going to happen with not only the head football coaching job, but also with the athletic director position, as we saw Etienne Thomas resign in October. One of my big things was ideally you would have your chancellor, you would have alignment between your chancellor and your AD and your football coach all together. Not saying that we can't get that now with, whoever is the hire, but, you kind of, there's kind of a pecking order there, but, and you don't really want to be looking for both at the same time. But, again, I will credit Chancellor Brown for seeing the vision behind making sure that we don't drag our feet with this hire, especially it seems like they know who they wanted. And as you see the legend himself, Kermit Blunt back there. So any thoughts, guys? I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? We can address this one. Terrence Graves, the past Southern University head coach, is an alumnus. Yes, he is. And big shout out to Coach Graves. Was happy for him last year when they won the SWAC West and made it to the SWAC championship game. But it's it's a part of the business. They had an awful start to this year. Their offense was not good. And obviously we saw what they did with their head coaching position. They went with a guy in Marshall Falk, who has never been a head coach. He has only spent, I think, the last couple of years as a coach over at Colorado as a position coach under Deion Sanders. But, it's unfortunate. There was a chance for him to be the head coach, I believe, when Robert Massey was hired. And, that didn't happen. So, but I'll say this. I don't know that for WSSU, again, we needed someone who was going to check all the boxes. And just in my personal opinion, if it is Tory Woodbury, he checks all the boxes for me. Again, hometown guy. Let's get it. Hometown guy, a legend with this program. He's a legend with this program. He also played in the NFL, he's going to be able to go into the home. If he's the if he's the coach, he's going to be able to go on to recruit guys and go in there with his Super Bowl ring and say, "Hey, you know what? This is the school that I went to. I'm the head coach here. We've been down, but we are on our way back up. I believe in this university. I know what it's done for me. It helped me launch my career. And you see where that has gone, and that has taken him to so many heights. And I don't know that a lot of Division II coaches can say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that and literally, he's literally from the soil, and as my guy Calvin Holloway says, reconnecting Winston-Salem community is vital to the university. Could not agree more. I think it's just imperative. And I think, again, when you look at Chancellor Brown, you look at her, she did not go to WSSU. She went to Wake Forest, but her parents are alumni. They have started an endowed scholarship. And but they are alumni. And I believe she understands the importance of restoring pride and what that means and what WSSU football has meant to that whole situation. So very vital. As we go up, my guy Lyndon Blow, Norfolk State's own. They are losing a special teams coach, but he says, can y'all get an on-campus stadium and a new basketball facility? Lyndon, we would love to get both. Unfortunately, previous administrations locked us into a lease with Bowman Gray Stadium through 2037. So yeah, there's that. But hey, I mean, we got a lawyer for a chancellor. Hey, maybe she can figure out how to get us out of that. Who knows? I don't know. A lot of things are above my pay grade, but I talk about them anyway. But anyway, we'll see. Basketball facility. We are talking about. We've had talks with the Senate about that. There was a proposal for a health, physical education, and recreation complex. So we are hoping, and shout out to Miss Priscilla there. We are hoping that, first things first, it would be great. But those are the things that are, those are some high level things. But first, it'd be great to get some momentum in our athletic programs. Obviously, our women's basketball program it's early, but we're off to a good start. Our men's basketball program, we got to get that thing back rolling. But Tori Woodbury, there's so many opportunities there, I believe, in terms of branding and marketing in the city and beyond. And I'm super excited about it. Let's see, there were a couple other comments as well. Someone, the watcher on the couch, the AD not being able to choose a football coach could be a problem. So in theory, it could. As I said earlier, you ideally want to have the alignment between your president / chancellor, your AD, and your head coach. But at the end of the day, chancellors are the CEOs of our universities. Even our ADs, obviously, they have to answer to the chancellor. And, as long as Chancellor Benita Brown is there, I mean, this is her hire. This is definitely her hire. I mean, the chancellor always signs off on things. This is definitely her hire. The search was run by the interim AD, Eric Burns, but this is her hire. So, this is her hire. So, we definitely. Look. What happens when a woman takes power? Finally, some things get moving. So there's a Trey Oliver in the background as I was talking about former players coaching at their alma maters. This is definitely a situation where the chancellor's made the hire. The chancellor's also going to sign off on the AD hire. And if you're coming in as an AD, you're going to have to figure out how to work with the new head coach, whoever he is, because obviously the chancellor will have been brought into him. So, this is interesting. Lynn says, any chance of bringing back Cleo Hill? All right, let's move on. Cleo Hill's at UMES. We have a coach. All right. Lazo says, I doubt it. Probably better chance getting Joaquin Bazemore or CP3 a year or two from now. Calvin says that Chancellor Brown is doing an amazing job. I agree. Throwing out a wish list. I'd love to get some updates to Coltrane for the Psych Rams. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that there is some type of Coltrane thing on there. Again, check out the Board of Trustees documents that Alonzo has put in the chat. And we'll make sure that they get in the comments as well. But yeah, again, a lot of news coming out of Winston-Salem today. We got the official date for homecoming. We have the leaked report about potentially bringing Tory Woodbury back to WSSU as the head coach. So again, my hope is that whoever the head coach is, we can buy season tickets really fast, especially if people are as excited about it as I think they're going to be. Man, we need to sell. If you can pre-sell tickets, because that's a thing, right? We got to move up into this. We got to start thinking faster. Because look, we're at the end of this year, but people are already making plans for next year. Again, we talked about homecoming, but if you want them to come to games other than homecoming, you're probably best to make sure that they can buy the tickets. And we're going to need some more season ticket sales if we want to continue to grow this, so that whoever the coach is, can put together the staff that they need, can have the resources that they need, and let's just blow this thing up. So I have a feeling you're going to be hearing that a lot. We'll see. But I have a feeling we'll be hearing that a lot. Well, look, guys, I got to go. Hope you guys have enjoyed this impromptu WSSU Ram Nation. I will, buy your Ram tickets. So it would be amazing if Tory Woodbury is the coach. If you look at some of the numerical things, the number 12 keeps coming up, right? So first off, our next head coach, whoever he is, will be the 12th head coach in Winston-Salem State University history. I know that Robert Massey got a 10 jersey a couple years ago, but see, I did a little bit of digging and I found out that because, one of the things that historically record keeping at WSSU has been tough. And so some things are lost to time, but I did some research last year, went back to the founding of the football program. And I found out who our first coach was and everything like that. And so Coach Robert Massey was not the 10th coach. He was the 11th coach. So the next coach is coach number 12. We've got 12 CIAA championships. And does anybody know, if it is Tory Woodbury, does anybody know how many CIAA? I'm sorry, does anybody know what number Tory Woodbury wore? Anybody would take a guess what number he wore? All right. And while we're waiting for somebody to guess correctly so I can get off of here, appreciate you, Miss Pat, for sure. Thank you so much for the support. Calvin, as always, appreciate the support. Appreciate a guy, Lennon Blow, for coming in and peeping into WSSU Ram Nation. Thank you so much, Miss Priscilla Jackson Wiggins, Tevin Brantley, the legend himself, Makai Harris as well, Gene Downing as well. And so, yep, there you go. He was number 12. So we got 3 12s in a row. Man, that would be a great fundraising campaign, right? 3 different options and variations of the number 12. I'm just saying, we'll see. I don't make those decisions. I just strategically place information. All right, guys. I'm going for real. I appreciate y'all so damn much. Please, if you haven't, make sure you like this, leave it a comment, and definitely share it as we continue to grow the platform. And if tomorrow, if whoever is named the head coach at WSSU, tomorrow, and there is a press conference. I know it's supposed to be inclement weather, but I think that's going to be done late enough that hopefully I'll be able to get out of my apartment complex and go to the press conference because we need to have a press conference. So I'm hoping that's going to happen. So stay tuned. Make sure you got those notifications turned on. If you're watching on Facebook, I appreciate you, but please make sure you guys go to the YouTube as well. And we will end this now. Look, speaking of, I'm also still with the Bring Back the Blue. We have not forgot. We're bringing back the blue. So there we go. All right, guys. And we're going to finish right now because we have 12 people on the live stream. Peace.